What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining me. This is the 21st of May. It has been released. We've been waiting, at least us tennis fans, for the second Grand Slam of the year. I've been waiting since January, basically, for this Roland Garros because it's so much anticipation of the calendar Grand Slam year from my favorite tennis player, Serena Williams. And now that Venus is the number 2 seed, there's a chance for an all-Williams reunion final of the O2 final. And that would be great. And you have Henin, you have Sharapova, you have all these people coming and playing, and you have a bunch of young stars coming up as well. So I'm going to take time. This is Draws Day. Draw. I said I was going to do that, so, I had to get it out of the way. Get it, draw. I'm talking about the draw, and this is the draws. But I don't want to get too long-winded and lose track of time. I only have now 9 minutes to get this done. Anyway, we're going to talk about the first half, top half of the draw. We have Serena Williams, the top seed. She has a bunch of potential threats in the top section in her quarter. She has former champion Henin. She has Maria Sharapova, and she also has Sam Stosur. 3 people that know how to play on the dirt. Sharapova not as much, but she's a threat because she, like Serena, is hungry for a Grand Slam title. So they know how to perform at a Grand Slam level when it comes to a Grand Slam. So that being that said, we have Serena opening against Stephanie Voller. I had to ask Will, he's my tennis correspondent. He said that I was his, but he's mine. I guess I can be his and he can be mine. But I remember the name. She's from Switzerland, and she played one of the Williams sisters at Wimbledon, and it came to be that it was Venus Williams. I thought it was Serena, but it was Venus. Anyway, that's what she opens up against, with a possible second round against the Russian Pavlyuchenko, who has a winning record against her sister, Venus Williams. So that's a tough one. But I see Serena getting through. Third round possible, juicy third round, is of Henin and Maria Sharapova. The winner facing in the fourth round, Sam Stosur, hopefully. And then the quarter of Serena Williams. So, there's a lot riding in that, just that top half alone. But you have your roadblocks. Henin has a tough one against Svetlana Poronkova. If we don't know her, Google her, WTA tour her, something. She is potentially dangerous at Grand Slams. She doesn't really fare well outside of Grand Slams. I mean, she's beaten Elena Dementieva this week in Warsaw, but other than that, she's not really a huge threat. She faces Henin. Henin lost to Razai last week in Madrid, so Henin is not clicking on her best clay court cylinders, but she is Henin. She's also the woman, Poronkova is also the woman that took Venus Williams out in 3 at the Australian Open in 2006, and that was on a hard court. And she pushed Serena to 3 in 2008 here at Roland Garros. So she could be a tricky player. She could be a testy one. You also have Zakopalova, who took Serena out in Marabella last year and pushed her to 3 here at Roland Garros. And you have Sabatnik also in this portion of the draw, who could prove dangerous. Sabatnik took Serena out in the 3rd round in 2008. So it's looking heavy. You have the second section where you have the number 4 seed Jelena Jankovic, who has almost reignited her career, because she fallen out and hadn't been considered a threat anywhere really. She's had some mediocre results since losing the number 1 ranking. So to see her back in the mix, and it's clay where she, in my opinion, plays her best, is on clay, because she's, as Will puts, a backboard, and she gets a lot of balls back. And clay, meaning it takes a lot to put a point away. Just to play her on clay, it has to be exhausting and frustrating at the same time. She opens against Australian Alicia Malik, former number 10. I don't see any threat there. Alicia is still trying to find her game. I don't even know if she'll get back. I don't believe she'll get back to the top 10. I don't think she'll be the same Alicia. But you gotta respect the person who used to be former top 10. Third round possible meeting with a Bondarenko sister, who is the 27th seed. I don't see any trouble in that for Yelena. Could be a tricky match, but I don't see any trouble in that. But the danger one that I see looming is Carla Suarez Navarro, also a conqueror of Venus Williams Down Under. I see Venus has a lot of conquerors down there and down under. She did in 2009 in the second round. But she is a possible round of 16 for Yelena. And you also have Veradushavina, who's in that group, who pushed Serena to 3 sets and took her 3 sets in 3 hours in Madrid last week. So you got to give it to these Russians. They know how to play, people tough. You got to respect the seed of Daniela Hantakova. She's a 23rd seed. I don't see her. She doesn't have much success on the clay. I just see her as a seed, Truth being told, not to be mean or anything, because she can play, but I see her maybe getting to the second round and then, that being about it, get ready for the grass season where her game is a little bit better. Yanina Wickmeyer is the one that I really want to talk about because she's in there. I consider her a floater because she is potentially dangerous. She had that incredible run to the semis at US Open last year, and she's been playing with this unbelievable confidence ever since. Has not won a tournament title, I don't believe. I think one. I'm not sure. I have to check on that. But she had minor surgery, going into the clay court season on her wrist, and I don't know if, having that so soon and coming back so soon, I don't know if her wrist is tender, if she's able, she doesn't have the preparation, and then you have to have matches to have your, to build on your confidence, to have confidence, to be able to play top players like Yelena, who she would possibly meet in the round of 16. But due to her lack of preparation, her lack of play, and her physical condition, I don't see her posing as a threat here at Roland Garros. So I actually see her losing. But that being top half, that being that section, I see a quarter of. I'll get into my predictions a little bit later. But if you look at it, that top half looks to be the hard half. But as I say this, listen, this is to me possibly the toughest draw I've ever seen on both halves. I've never seen a draw like this. Usually it's one half is weighted and the other half is loose. This is like throughout, and it's just amazing, to look at it like that, and you're like, wow, this is going to be interesting. Any day is going to be like, I have to watch the French Open to see what the players are doing. And yeah, congratulations to Venus and Serena on becoming the tops. And there's so much riding on this. The redominance of the Williams sisters is in play. You have Henin trying to take back her crown. You have Safina trying to regain her aura if she can. You have Kuznetsova trying to become the first person to defend their first Roland Garros. And you have so many stories, and that's just the top half. Stay tuned for the bottom half of the draw review. Thanks.